Hello everybody, this is a third part of water chapter class 7 chapter 5. Okay, in this video I will explain about tides. What do you mean by tides? Tides are rhythmic rise and fall of water, ocean water that occurs twice in a day. The strong gravitational pull exerted by the sun and moon on the earth's surface causes the tides. As you can understand, rise and fall of water within a day twice, that is known as the tides. Why it occurs? Because of the gravitational force of moon and sun. So tides are formed by the rising and falling of seawater due to the attraction of the moon and the sun. When the sea reaches its lowest level and recedes from the shore, it is known as the low tide. Low tide is also known as the neap tide. Okay, low tide is also known as the neap tide. When it comes further up the shore after reaching the highest level, that is known as the high tide or spring tide. High tide and spring tide. You can see from this during the full moon and the new moon days, the sun, the moon, and the earth are in the same line and tides are highest. These tides are known as the spring tides. I will explain through the diagram also. Let's see. Neap tide. When the moon is in its first and last quarter, the ocean water gets drawn in diagonally opposite directions by the gravitational pull of the sun and moon, resulting in low tides. These tides are known as the neap tides or low tides. You can see from here, spring tide, it means high tide. When sun, moon, earth and sun will be in a straight line, then spring tide will occur or high tide will occur. Okay, but at the time of first quarter and third quarter, when this will be in a like a diagonal position, the neap tides will occur because sun and moon rays are not reaching directly to the earth. So that's why it is known as the low tide and neap tide. And the sun, moon and earth on the same line, that is known as the full moon. That is, there is a full moon and new moon days. On full moon days, the earth is between the and sun and moon. Here you can see earth is between from in the sun and moon. So then in both these cases, the gravitational pull of the sun, in addition to the gravitational pull of the moon on Earth, cause the ocean to bulge a bit more than usual. It is looking like a bulge from here. You can see this results in high tides that are little higher and low tides that are little lower than average. You can see these tides, which occur twice each month, are known as the spring tide. Spring tides. These that water goes up daytime and water goes up at the night time, but at daytime water goes down. We can understand like this also. When are the moon and sun form a right angle 90-degree, here you can see that has made a 90-degree angle, ocean water gets pulled diagonally. This results in high tides, even a little lower, and low tides getting a little higher than average. Okay, low tides will be little lower or higher tides will be little higher. These are known as neap tides and occur during the first and third quarter of moon. Already I explained. You can write this point in a difference between also. During high tides, the water level close to the shores rises. This helps the ships in navigation and the arrive to the harbor more easily. You can write in this कि जो आपका ये high tide होता है, that also helps for the navigation, that also helps for the fishermen to catch the plentiful fish, and it is also useful for the generate electricity. So here question can come, how tides are useful for us. Then you have to write tides are useful या helpful for navigation, for catching the fish for the fishermen, and for generating electricity. Okay, and it is also helpful for the ships. Ships can easily come nearer to the harbor. Okay, now next is, in some places this rise and fall of water due to tides is being used to generating electricity. I already explained this. So next topic is ocean currents. Ocean currents, what do you mean by ocean current? Ocean current is a two type of current, and it constantly moving on the ocean surface. Okay, so two types of ocean current. First is warm current and second is cold current. So how it can be classified, where will be a warm current and where will be a cold current? You can classify nearer to the equator areas there will be warm current. Why? Because that area receives sun rays directly, and far away from the ocean, far away from the equator, according to the altitude, you can say from the equator, there is a cold currents. Okay, why? Because sun ray do not reach directly over there, so that's why there is a cold current. And you have to learn the example of a cold current and warm current. Example of a cold current is Labrador current. An example of a hot current is, you can take Brazilian current, and many more currents are there. You can see from the map. I will show House current, equator current, okay, and there is a south equatorial current. Many currents are there. I will show through the map. First of all, you see, ocean currents are streams of water flowing constantly on the ocean surface in different directions. It can be in any direction. Already I explained. Ocean water is not still water that constantly moving. The ocean currents may be warm or cold. Generally, the warm ocean's currents originate near the equator. Already explained, warm ocean currents will be near the equator and move towards the poles. The cold currents carry water from the polar region or high altitude regions towards the polar or the lower latitude areas. Okay, just let me explain through the map. Yes, from this map you can understand which is a cold current and which is a hot current. Okay, so this is a example of a cold current. Okay, that is example of a cold current, that is a Labrador current, and water is moving and winds are moving from the polar regions. And here you can see Gulf Stream is a warm current. Okay, and example of a warm current is North Equatorial current and Equator current. And here you can see there is a Brazilian current of a hot current. Angulhas is a hot current. Okay, and cold current is Yaishio. Okay, now already Falkland is a cold current. You have to learn these all the names. Fine. So here you can see one more map. Wait, I'm just showing. From this map you have to do practice of a rivers, like this is a Niger river, Orange river in South Africa, Amazon river in South America, and here is a Ganga Brahmaputra river, Ganga river. Okay, You have to do practice of a Red Sea, Mediterranean Sea. Okay, you have to do practice of. So here I was explaining about the ocean currents. Ocean currents are streams of water flowing constantly on the ocean surface in specific directions. These have a specific direction. Why? Because ocean currents we already classified into two parts: warm ocean current and cold ocean current. And a current is like a huge river within an ocean flowing from one place to another. Okay, I already explained through the map. There are caused by wind and the differences in temperature and salinity. They are responsible for the vast amount of movement of the water found on the earth's oceans. Two types of currents I explained here: cold ocean current and warm ocean current. Warm ocean currents like the Gulf Stream originates near the equator and move towards the poles. Cold ocean currents like the Labrador current, Carry current, and polar they are flowing from the polar regions toward the equator. The temperature conditions of the sea water influenced by the ocean currents. Ocean currents bring cold and warm currents bring warm temperature over the surface of the land. Okay, now next is seas around Japan and eastern coast of North America are example of areas where the warm and ocean currents meets. Here you can see this is a place where warm and cold currents are meeting over there, and you can see in North America there is a cold and warm currents are meeting. Alaska and California, you can take example of that, a place where cold and warm current meets that provide the best fishing grounds of the world. That area is very favorable for the fish, for the growing of fish. And it is whenever there is a cold and warm currents meet, also experience foggy weather, making it difficult for the navigation. One side it is beneficial and another side it is difficult for the navigating things. So this chapter is completed here. This is my third video and you have to see my second and first video to understand full chapter. Thank you very much.